What is up? We are live. We were waiting until the games got over to jump on and do some big board drafts. Um, I'm one of the very few people who are very upset that they released them whenever the games are going on. I would like a few moments to be able to actually watch the games and not have to worry about it. Uh, but we're here. Before we get started, I do have one playoff sweat available. I didn't do a whole lot of the best ball stuff over on Underdog for the playoffs. But in the second chance tournament over here on Drafters, I have this one that is live. I am 25th right now at a 5,300 with a fully live team. I am 201 points. First is 216. Most of these teams I've looked through don't have full rosters. I've not only got a full roster, but I have Travion Henderson and Kayshawn Booty on top of a full uh, Seahawks stack. So I got Darnold, Walker, JSN, Cup, AJ Barner as the only tight end on this team. Uh, and like feels pretty good. Like nobody has Travion Henderson above me. And I think one team has Kayshawn Booty, and they aren't a Barner team. So I feel pretty good about this. I think I could move up to top 10 or so, pretty reasonably, as long as the Seahawks passing game gets there. And Kenneth Walker has been an absolute animal. Like everybody up here has to have Walker. Like he's not going to separate at all. So if Travion happens to have a big game and Kenneth Walker doesn't, like I'm going to shoot way up the boards on this. That feels pretty good. But that's not what we're here for. We are here for the big board. This year, it is once again 223,200 entrants. First place, $200,000. 3 of 12, 1 of 10, 1 of 10, 558. Seat final. First place, 200,000. Second, 100,000. All of the top 10 get 20K. Getting to the finals gives you. Oh, it's less now. It's getting a team to the finals gets you 1/3 of your total entries back. Uh, yeah, that makes sense. But it's a really good tournament. It looks like they change the structure. I'll have to look see if they changed the structure at all because I thought that last year getting to the finals was 1,500. Maybe I'm wrong. Uh, did they make the finals more teams? Is that what they? I don't know what's different. Something feels different. Maybe I'm wrong. Thank you all for popping in. What's up, Dark Side? What's up, Peanut Punch? And yeah, we are so back. So here we are. We are in the lobby. We are going to jump in our first big board of the season, and we are going to join in 10 seconds. And by the way, tomorrow I'm hopefully going to take the time to get my videos lined up and all that stuff. Silly underdog. I'm not ready. There we go. The location error deserves the boo. Staple of the show now. Absolute staple of the show. We are waiting on four. Waiting on four. So at 4 minutes, first big board draft. And good luck if you jump in here. I mean, I have a sheet up right now in a different browser with all of my personal rankings and all that, the stuff that I went over last night. I'm going to kind of just pay attention to it as the draft's going on and kind of draft based off of the tiers I have. In the first lobby, we get the 103. We have Lutz at the 108. Lutz said he's going to be drafting all day. If you are here and I don't know who you are and you want to out yourself, go ahead, out yourself. It's all good. We're just here. We're here to have a good time. We hope everybody wins. Hopefully, mostly I hope I win, but if I don't, I hope it's one of you, right? Um, that is the spirit of best ball. So I I'm almost positive I know who I'm going to take at the 103. There's a player that is, I think, completely mispriced. I think as these drafts go on, everybody's going to assume, like, I think there's a position that everybody's going to end up hating drafting after like the seventh round. And I think that we're going to see a different position push down the board. Uh, and the position that I think that, like, I I am very in on Jameer Gibbs is the 102. I'll take Bijan at the 103 though. Like you want Puka. Larry Bird feels like a guy shooting for the moon. He doesn't feel like a guy who likes Atlanta. So go ahead, do your thing. Larry Bird takes Jameer Gibbs. We get Bijan at the 103. We are back, guys. We are back. We get Bijan at the 103. Uh, like I said, I clearly have Gibbs at the 102, but that's only if Bijan is off the board. Bijan to me is the absolute clear 101. You got you get Kevin Stefanski there, who has, like, no offense to Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb, one of the best, like, pure runners of the football we've ever seen, but he's not Bijan Robinson. Like, he doesn't also have the insane receiving profile that Bijan has. And Nick Chubb was a top fantasy running back for years with Kevin Stefanski, and now Bijan Robinson gets him. That feels pretty good. Like, and I believe that Stefanski will probably, like, their offensive line is solid but not elite. But Stefanski's offensive lines, like, he's usually been, like, I don't know if it was all him, like the coaching around him, but they usually had pretty good offensive lines, like in Cleveland until like the last 2 years. So, but these last 2 years they've been so hampered with the Deshaun Watson contract that it doesn't really matter. We are going to put some background music in here for everybody. And I'm probably just going to do one. I might do two. If I do a second one, it is going to be a little board, by the way. I think I'd be up for that. But we're going to give a light goal for that. It's going to be like 20. I'm assuming everybody is streaming right now. I just wanted to get my first one in, and I wanted to do it on stream. We got Lutz at the 108 taking Achan over CMC. He's been in my Discord talking about that. The fading the 400 touches thing is something that, like, I don't want to be overweight CMC, but I think being at 5 to 6% is where I want to be. So 1 second. So yeah, we so I guess Coolers and Gamblestein are on. They're in a draft together right now in a little board. But yeah, we get lucky. We get Bijan at the 103. I don't know how often that's going to happen this year. Maybe Gibbs gets some 101 steam. We just watched JSN absolutely burn everything. The Bijan at 101 over the wide receivers is more of a, like, looking through all of the ranks, where everybody is based on ADP, and like what gets ugly, what position gets super ugly. Like, the position that gets super ugly to me is absolutely running back. Nico Collins to me is also, like, insanely mispriced. So we're going to take Nico here. I'm going to get a lot of Nico. Should have waited to join a draft. I swear I didn't know. Yeah, I was wondering. This is the first draft of the year. Part of the reason I wanted them to wait is because I wanted to do my first one on stream. I know PPR Tyler is streaming right now. He's a really good streamer. If you're not subbed to him, go sub to him as well. But I just wanted to do my first one tonight. That's why I'm going to do this. And if we don't get to like 15 to 20 likes, I'll just pop off. If we get there, I'll do a little board. Already stirring it up for next year. Or am I? Oh no, this is live. This is for first place, $200,000. We went over the contest structure at the beginning of the stream. I was really hoping Alave would make it back. I do have Pickens in the next tier, but I do think these two are kind of like they're kind of close, right? I want Jacobs. Did I get Jacobs? I broke the draft, guys. Apparently, I broke the draft. Okay, we got Jacobs. So I think there's a pretty big drop off at Jeremiah Love, Chase Brown, Josh Jacobs. I think that there's a huge drop off right there at running back. And looking at the wide receivers that I believe will come back sometimes, I kind of like the wide receivers coming back. And I think that hero wide receiver is something that I am going to be into a little bit more this year. Go like 3 running backs early and then attack the wide receivers a bit. And I think that's something I'm going to be more into. Told you I should bet more. Call the winner, exact score. Did you call the exact score? That's crazy. Like, exact score bets are nutty, by the way. I landed 0 bets. 0. It was not a great day for me, except that the one finals team got through, or the one team is getting through with a chance at first, and the drafters thing. The chance at first, it's not likely to get there, but it does have an opportunity. Already have 5 Jacob shares. Yep. I think that it's a pretty clear. Nico's the one I'm going to end up with too much of. I think if Nico's going to be at 24, like, number one, you get an incredibly cheap quarterback. So if you want to do 3 quarterback a lot, and I think a lot of us probably will do 3 quarterback a lot, Nico makes sense because he sets up a stack at the end of the drafts, right? And like, if you miss out on him, you can just take Cam Ward. You get the whole divisional opponent thing because we don't have the schedule in week 15, 16 or 15, 16 or 17. You might get the divisional matchup with Houston. So like those 2 guys, like if you miss out on the Stroud, you could just take Cam Ward and backstack him with one of the wide receivers because most of his wide receivers are all going to go after Cam Ward goes, except for Calvin Ridley. And I kind of think Calvin Ridley might suck. I was pretty in on him last year. He couldn't stay healthy. I do think their offense takes a little bit of a leap. I really like Gunnar Helm's ADP being free. So, like, if you don't get the Stroud stack, you could just make the divisional stack and hope to luck into some correlation when the schedule comes out all the way in May. So, notable picks here. We have Rashee Rice at 30. I think that his ADP is slightly too high to start. I think he's going to end up, like, because of some things, I think he's going to end up at the 3-4 turn a little bit. I don't want to take him now. Scadaboo is absolutely the guy I wanted. I have Scadaboo up here, like, for sure. I have him basically pretty close to where he went. I have him ahead of Kyron and ETN. All right, the player we're not going to take here is Drake May. We were not going to take Drake May. I am pretty in on Devontae Adams this next year. We haven't heard if he's going to retire or not. I'm going to say that he doesn't retire. my thing was like he said that he's going to continue to play, like he'll retire when Stafford retires. Stafford looked good all year. They have a team, if Stafford comes back, that could win a Super Bowl. I think he wanted to kind of come out on top this week. Like he wanted to get to the Super Bowl. If he got to the Super Bowl, I would probably be fading Adams a little bit. But I think I will definitely have a little bit of Adams, and I'm going to kind of gamble there. And most of the times I've gambled on things like that, I've been wrong. So remember that whenever you are making your own decisions. All right, so RJ Harvey, I do have in this next tier. Where did that other guy go? So it looks like we're going to get... Okay, so there is a player that... Okay, Loveland went here. Loveland went at 25. I like Loveland a lot. I'm thinking over here, like kind of where Kittle went last year, not at 25. If his ADP starts at 20, like if it ends up being at 25, I'm pretty out. I will be pretty out on that. So the team threw 5 rounds. We got Bijan, we got Nico, we got Josh Jacobs, we have Devontae Adams, we have RJ Harvey. We are done at running back for a while. We'll take a couple darts late. There are a bunch of darts we really like. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, absolutely. Yeah, so other picks I like. Garrett Wilson, if he's going at 42, I'm probably going to be pretty in. AJ Brown at 32. I don't necessarily love AJ Brown at 32, but Jalen Hurts goes at 81, I think it was, is where his ADP is set right now. Like, that to me is pretty insane. The one problem with taking Devontae Adams is that Matt Stafford's ADP is like 83 or something, starting ADP. And there's zero chance I'm going to take Matt Stafford at that pick whenever 5 picks before you get Jalen Hurts and 10 picks before you get Jaden Daniels. Those are some things that I'm going to attack. I'm assuming Lutz here may end up on that. He's setting up the double stack. Hoping, like, I don't know if he's going to go ahead and pull up Jalen Hurts here, or if he's going to hope he actually makes it there at ADP. But I like this build so far. He's got A-Chain, he's got Hampton, he's got the double stack, he's got Carnell Tate. He's got all of the Eagles, so that's good. But yeah, last year also, let me find it real quick. The rushing stats at quarterback. Jalen Hurts had 8 touchdowns. So like that's less than he has had for many years, but a lot of that was because their offense was completely inept. With the new offensive coordinator, who we don't know who it is yet, unless I missed something. And Terry McLaurin, I think, is kind of a value too. I'm taking Jaden Daniels though. Like, sorry, Lutz. I'm taking Jaden Daniels. Like, Kyle Pitts there is interesting. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Kyle Pitts at that ADP is interesting. I'm shocked that like everybody is no selling him so heavily here. Do I want to just do that? I think I want to just take Jaden here. I'm going to go ahead and take Jaden. By the way, these are 20-second clocks again. I don't think that Jaden Daniels at 70 is going to last a super long time. I think he's going to end up moving up to about 60. We'll see what happens here. I mean, if Pitts makes it back around, I'll take him. Like, he is a free agent. I think that they may re-sign him. Yeah, I'm taking him. So that was something I wasn't expecting to happen, was to be interested in Kyle Pitts. Based on my rankings, I do have him at 4 though. So I do have him at 4. I have him in the same tier as Fannin and Tyler Warren. But I have him a couple spots ahead. This is kind of where I think he should go. I don't know if his ADP is going to like drop to below this, but if he signs somewhere else, like he's going to get a bunch of money. If he gets a bunch of money, they're going to use him, right? And if he stays in Atlanta, if they franchise him or whatever, Kevin Stefanski, as we discussed earlier, has very high tight end. Like his tight ends usually do pretty well. Lutz gets the middle finger from Chelsea here. Chesley, not Chelsea. Chesley. Laid down the beats down on Lutz. 20-second clocks, but people can log their picks. Yeah, I noticed that whenever I tried to move Jacobs in, it like nearly crashed the draft. It wasn't intentional. It really is. Lutz is a good drafter, but if I'd set that up already, I think I just pulled Jalen Hurts up. I don't think we keep Jalen Hurts at the point we have him right now for very long. And like all the teams that you push and you think are awesome, like none of them do anything. So they feel awesome to draft. And in the end, it's like all of those teams just kind of fell apart because of something random. All right, so we have one at every position. We are hero wide receiver with Nico. We are praying that Davante Adams doesn't retire. We have a quote-unquote elite tight end, I guess. So this is what we have, and I don't hate it. The question is, do I want to take the Michael Penix leap, or do I want to take the Kirk Cousins leap? Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I feel better about taking Davante Adams now that Stafford didn't win. If Stafford won, I think I would be a little out on him. Just watch AJ Brown, Davante Stacks, skip Hurts at 78. What is that? Parker Washington at 91, guys. Parker Washington at 91. There are some things going on here. He's gone. I don't love Michael Pittman. I don't love him. I kind of like Jadarian Price a little bit. We could lock up a rookie running back here. I've been pretty vocal about liking the wide receivers later a lot more. My favorite pick on the board went before ADP slightly. Where did he go? Tucker Kraft went at 79. I think Tucker Kraft's an insane value right now. So we could be done at running back. Like, I like this team so far. Jadarian Price, probably not like a super early. Like, he might get like a third round capital. And if he goes in the third round, it is very possible he goes to Jaden Daniels. All right. So we are looking here. We got Diggs, we got Watson, we got Burden, Sutton's way gone, McClure, all of them are way gone. Brian Thomas is gone. Let's look at what I like here. I like Jaden Reed a lot. Yeah, I think Jaden Reed is the pick here. Yeah, we're taking Jaden Reed. Also, 75% of my drafts have done the conference championship game picks or a random quarterback in the first. I think some of them, well, no, some of them did get drafted, tossed out last year. But that was because, like, when they take 2 or 3 and then they realize they're in the wrong contest, it's one thing. But there were like 4 people who got banned from Underdog because they basically, I think they got banned. I'm not positive if they got banned or not. But I know that they tossed every draft that player did. Like, they just blanket, this guy autoed with playoff ranks. Like, they just loaded up all the playoff people up top, and then they auto drafted, and they basically like entered 50 at a time or whatever. And those all got tossed, but it was a pretty blanket, this guy was doing this thing. We can pretty safely say that none of these draft needs to be here, kind of thing. So I didn't hate that. And we got 19 watching. I didn't think we'd get 19 watching. We got 11 likes. Thank you for being here. That is awesome. We're going to kind of pay more attention to this. I'm going to try to look for players that I like still. There's actually a player that I have rated above Jaden Reed that I went ahead and took a little bit ago, that I didn't take a little bit ago. So players I like now, I'll just put them in the queue. I like Shakir. I don't mind the swing on Worthy. I don't hate the Jalen Coker. I like, did Godwin just go? Godwin is still on the board. I like Godwin quite a bit. Matt Stafford's still on the board. That kind of feels okay. Okay. Thank you for taking Matt Stafford. I like those players. One Dale didn't go. I think I might be able to get one of these players. Pat Bryant I have in here as well. Where's Mahomes? Did Mahomes go yet? Mahomes has not went. Jordan Love went? That's kind of wild. That feels a little different. Yeah, we'll take Shakir. Shakir's the one I have rated the highest out of those. Floor does matter. That is a lesson I've learned consistently. So it does look like the quarterbacks are going to steam up the board this year. We have, I think we just take Godwin here. Godwin gives us an out to that stuff. But we have Godwin and we have Pat Bryant here. I think that's where I want to go. JCM is the highest there. Yeah, we're going to go with Godwin. We're going to, I mean, I don't think Baker makes it back around. But if Baker makes it back around, we'll take him. If not, we have no problem looking at the late, just taking 2 random late quarterbacks. We're going to play the game and say that Jaden Daniels is fully healthy. That's what we're going to say. So we are through 11 rounds. And after 11 rounds, our team, Jaden Daniels, Bijan Robinson, Josh Jacobs, RJ Harvey, Jadarian Price, Nico Collins, Devontae Adams, Jaden Reed, Khalil Shakir, Chris Godwin. We're going to be taking some rookie upside swings late in this draft for sure. Kyle Pitts as an elite tight end, I guess you consider it an elite tight end. In my opinion, he's the 4th tight end in the rankings this year. So there is that. So at quarterback here, like I won't mind taking Tyler Shuck naked either if I need to do that. Jacoby Lane, I heard, has been falling in drafts. I don't know for sure. Deebo Samuel, isn't on Washington. He is a free agent. For anybody who knows, that man is a free agent. So careful if that's something that you are interested in. Emmett Johnson is a really good prospect. I think Lutz may be into Emmett Johnson. I would think that Lutz is looking to take him here. Davis got a stream one toss. Was it something Davis done or not? What's up, Charles? How we doing, sir? Is the man of your profile picture going to be a head coach? That is the question right now. Is he going to be a head coach? I didn't hear anything about the interview. I just heard that they scheduled one with him. So it feels good to be back in the big board and best ball streets for sure. That would truly be insane. It really, really would. No, last year, the Super Bowl week drafts. Oh, okay. Well, he got one of those tossed because one of those guys was in it. It was one of the guys who autoed. Okay, you've had that for... Emmett Johnson is a swing guy. And I think this team could take the swing guy, right? RJ Harvey had 12 touchdowns this past year. That's pretty solid. Baker doesn't make it to me. The Igbuka drafter took him. That makes perfect sense. Kendrick Sadiq is available. I think we just take Sadiq, right? If Sadiq is here, I think we take Sadiq. Jacoby Lane, like I said, had been falling in drafts. Do I want to I might just want to be, no, I don't want to do that. I think we take, we take Emmett Johnson here. I don't think his ADP stays where it is. I really like him. We have a solid squad building. The Michael Penix ADP is very low. So is the Kirk Cousins. So we could just choose a fighter there. Michael Penix has had a bunch of injuries. So it's really hard to feel confident in that. Where is the Jaden Higgins drafter? Jaden Higgins drafter right there has Jalen Hurts, took him unstacked, and took Dak Prescott with CeeDee Lamb. Unstacked Hurts not bad because 78 is an absolute value. He pulled up Tyler Algier, which I think makes a lot of sense. Tyler Shuck does go there. Jacoby Lane's a guy I think that will continually fall here. I really like Hunter Henry at his ADP. I think that we take him. Or we take Miami, Tyreek Hill. We're not going to take Tyreek Hill on this one because we have a bunch of olds already. We're just going to take some big dart swings at the end of this draft. Just sort of stuck on Emmett Johnson or what? So, we're hoping to get CJ Stroud back, right? And if not, we'll do what I was saying earlier, and we're just going to take Cam Ward and take a Chimere DK and a Gunnar Helm at the end of the draft with it. James Conner goes at 149. I think I don't hate that. Finally getting to tight ends. Not sure how Michael Trigg isn't getting more buzz. Yep. So Michael Trigg has I've not gotten very far into this, but Michael Trigg had 50 receptions for 694 yards, 9 receptions, 13.9 yards per yards per catch, 2.18 ADOT. The contested catch rate was low, but I haven't got to his 2024 season. He had 17 missed tackles forced. Like, for a tight end who's 240, 6'4", he had 17 missed tackles forced. That feels really good. He's a guy, I haven't got to film yet, but based on those numbers, I think I'm going to like him. I think I'm going to like him quite a bit. But yeah, like, I mean, the stats show that his highlights are going to be fun. 17 missed tackles forced at tight end at 6'4", 240. Yeah, exactly. Jermichael Finley, something like that. And that's the kind of swing you want to make in the 20th round in these drafts. Like, do I think that he's going to be like if there's a Harold Fannin in this class, it's going to be him. I think, like, the last round guy who has an insane season. I think that is true. So we may get our guy back. We may not. The Jaden Higgins drafter is passed on Stroud, so we might be good. We might be good. And I have to take him if I want him, because somebody could do the turn Tank Dell thing, for sure. I got a lot of capital at running back. Yeah, we like this. We like the CJ Stroud, Jaden Daniels. We are only allowed to draft year 2 bust quarterbacks. This is a year 2 bust quarterback team, which means we have to take Michael Penix at the end of the draft, right? It means we have to have Michael Penix on this team. Like, it hath been written, Michael Penix, you are a member of this team. So, looking down this list, he's still not got an ADP. I do want him. I really, really do like him. Likely is fun. Wide receiver, running back. A Jeremy Bernard makes some sense. Yeah, we'll take Jeremy Bernard there. I don't think I'm going to absolutely love him whenever I dig into him, but he's not a guy I want to fade either. He's definitely not a guy I want to fade, but he is a guy I think that it makes some sense to have a couple shares of. There is a player that I do want on the team who's still available. There's 2 of them, actually. We have we're down to like the nothings at running back, right? Like, I would love to get Braylon Allen. Like, I'm going to have a bunch of Braylon Allen if he's at 190. Like, that's a guy I'm not going to let pass me the next pass. I liked Jeremy Bernard. Is that past tense as in you liked him and then you watched the film? Or is that I watched him and I liked what I seen? Tough to find you. Keep auto-correcting to who games. That's funny. Welcome, Gamble Scene. After this big board, if we get to 15 likes, I would do a little board afterwards. So looks like we're gonna do a little board after this. So from a friend of mine, FK Coolers, continually bugged Underdog until they finally responded, apparently, about when they're going to change ADPs. They're going to, apparently, 6 a.m. every morning, they're going to adjust ADPs, is what the answer that he got. That doesn't mean that is absolutely, like, gospel. That is what somebody, maybe a person from Underdog, told him. Like, maybe not a guy from Underdog told him, like, Liked watching him. Kind of think he'd be better as a running back, but I get choosing wide receiver over running back. Well, like, I don't know why. Braylon Allen, great pick by Lutz there. Chimera DK is also like Chesley, Chesley, whatever your name is. I've liked a lot of the picks they have made. We are going with a pick that's probably going to upset somebody on the turn. But we are going to go with Juwan Johnson. We're going 3 tight ends. We have Juwan Johnson, Hunter Henry, Kyle Pitts. I think this looks pretty good. This looks very solid to me. We get, I think that's a lot of fun. All of these wide receivers up here at the top is absolutely insane. There are a bunch of running backs that I think are worth a shot. There is one specifically I think I want to grab right now. No, I think I'll wait. I want another wide receiver here. Torrey Horton did go. He was somebody I was hoping to get. KC Concepcion is a guy that I want to get a whole bunch of. I'm going to like him a lot. Yeah, Braylon Allen to me is one of the best picks on the board. Okay, so Hulk says, has it been back-to-back years for Juwan being on the winning roster? I think it's like 3 years in a row. I think Juwan Johnson has been on a whole bunch. I don't know where KC Concepcion is going to finish in ADP, but I feel very positive it's not 195. I kind of think that I think his ceiling is that he goes to like 120, maybe 100, but he is definitely a guy I'm going to be targeting in a bunch of these drafts on the very early things. Yeah, if you noticed, I started to type his name in, seeing he was still there, and I deleted it a little bit before this. So, yeah, I think Juwan Johnson, like, this is pretty late for Juwan Johnson, in my opinion, as well. And we have a 2-quarterback team here. I might take the leap of faith in Jacoby Brissett being a starter. I might just take the Kirk Cousins leap of faith. We have a new coaching staff. Like, there is a chance, like, that he ends up going. Like, I think this is I take the leap of faith on Kirk Cousins. So the player in the 2-hole, Josh Allen, Lamar, and Cam Ward, they're not taking another guy. You got Jackson Dart, Trevor Lawrence, and Tyler Shuck. So I'm not going to take him here, but I will take him there. This is the kind of team that, like, we're a Jaden Daniels team, right? Like, that's what we're hoping for. Jalen Lane's a guy I think should have somewhat of an ADP. He's one reason I kind of like Jaden Daniels right now. I think you get a value on Jalen Lane. These names right here are wild. Like, why are these names all here? There's still a running back 1 on the on the board right now. That's pretty insane. Tez Johnson, no ADP. I understand that one. Mike Evans has said he's probably not going to retire. He could go back. If he doesn't go back, then he's still got to fight Godwin, McMillan, and Egbuka, right? So it's not like it's an awesome spot. Like, Darnell Mooney still on the board is pretty wild. Like, I know he sucked last year, but man, I think B-Rob went. Yeah, Brian Robinson just went. Who got Brian Robinson? Was that Lutz? That was not Lutz. We could take him, but we're going to take a player I'm not even a big fan of, but I think that his ADP should be way higher than it is. We're going to take Devin Neal. He is the current starter, assuming that Alvin Kamara retires, right? If Alvin Kamara retires, he's the current starter for a team. It's also a team stack here, and it's a possible bring back on the Bijan stuff. And then I should be able to get Kirk Cousins here. I'm not going to take a lot of Kirk Cousins, but I think this team where we took the Kyle Pitts, maybe Kyle Pitts gets franchised. If he does, Kyle Pitts plus Bijan feels pretty solid. And then you just take him there. We have a 2, 6, 7, 3 right now. Plenty of running back. Like, we took 3 early. We took a 2 solid rookie guys, and then a swing on a guy who's supposedly, like, on the rosters right now, he is the running back 1. We got a bunch of olds and then 2 really fun cheap or early prospects here. Of those guys, yeah, I think Kirk Cousins is my pick. If Jalen Lane makes it back around, we just take Jalen Lane, right? We don't have anything paired with Jaden Daniels, but like, I'm not that worried about it. We could see a Concepcion or a Jeremy Bernard go there. I don't know what their cap situation is. I don't think it's very good, but they could be a team that's interested in a Kyle Pitts as well. I will probably do a little bit of tacking on Brandon Ayuk onto Jade Daniels teams, because there is a little bit of a narrative that may happen, like that they wanted to play with each other before. Where did Ayuk go? Actually, we will control find Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk went at 146. So the pick back around, that makes sense. Like, I'm not going to make it a point to do it a whole bunch, but it is something that, like, if I would have done it on this team if I didn't already have the gamble with Godwin and Devontae Adams, because Adams could just retire and Godwin could just be dust, right? So this is a Nico hero team with like a floor guy here. These guys, I mean, it could be an awesome team, and it could be completely dead by week 2. Like, if Adams retires and Godwin's not healthy, you know. Well, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like I think the Pitts would make sense to go to Washington. I just don't know how likely it is with our cap for that to happen. And how you doing, JT? By the way, congratulations to JT. He had a pretty decent hit this year in Bestball. I don't remember I remember the amount of money, but you can just tell us the what position you got in the contest. All right, so if Jalen Lane goes, I don't want anybody else on that team. I don't mind the Alec Iomanner. Actually, we're not even going to stack it. We're just going to take Ryan Flournoy. Ryan Flournoy, to me, absolutely deserves a spot to be drafted in most drafts. I think that he needs to go almost every draft. I think he's one of the best picks on the board right now. Ayuk with Jade might be the only situation I trust him for trying. Yeah, that's kind of the thing too. Like, it's such a weird pick as well. So we are done. We got a 3-6-8-3. That's going to be the general build. We have a lot of risk, but we have a lot of upside. We got Jade Daniels, CJ Stroud, Kirk Cousins. We got this. We got Bijan Robinson, Josh Jacobs, RJ Harvey, Jadarian Price, Emmett Johnson, Devin Neal. Like, I really like this running back room. Like, Bijan Jacobs is awesome. Harvey could take over next year. I think that he's going to be a split back. but he would have paid off this ADP last year. And then 2 upside guys at Jadarian Price and Emmett Johnson. I like both of them as prospects. Price, I'm a little iffy on, but like if we go to my rookie sheet, I kind of went over this yesterday. Jadarian Price, like the complete lack of receptions is wild. I actually don't think I'm going to like him near as much. But like his yards per carry was awesome. But to me, that's more of a offensive line stat. His yards his yards after contact were insanely high though. So like the fact that his elusiveness rating is like mediocre with that, and his missed tackles force weren't even like super high, is kind of wild. Like the zero ability to catch balls is one thing. So I'm a little skeptical. I'm not going to be heavily overweight. I just think that he may jump up in price a little bit, so we want that. Let's look at Lutz's his first team on stream today with me. He's got Brock Purdy, Bryce Young, Shedeur Sanders. Running backs, Devon Achane, Amarian Hampton, Tony Pollard, Ty Johnson, Braylon Allen, Chris Rodriguez. I think Rodriguez is a fantastic late pick. A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, he got sniped. Darnell Tate, Terry McLaurin, Brian Robinson, Jalen Coker, Juwan Johnson, Cedric Tillman. He's a guy I have listed to take darts on at the end of drafts. A.J. Barner, Terrence Ferguson, and Jatavian Sanders. That is it for draft 1. We are going to the little board, and when I find it on my phone, all right, we have found it. We're going to enter the little board, and we're going to enter in 10 seconds. Get ready, guys. We are entering in 10 seconds. We are waiting on 3. We are waiting on 3. Boo, underdog. Boo, location errors. Boo. Boo. Everybody boo. I can hear you guys booing at home. I can hear it. First little board draft. He's in. Gamble signs booing. Gamble signs booing. That's what he's doing. He's booing with us. Price may have just not had the looks because Love was in there for the pass game work. Kind of like everyone assumed Judkins couldn't catch passes. Yeah, no, that is like, and with that being said, by the way, we'll go back to the rookie sheet real quick and look at that. Like, everybody talked about how good Jeremiah Love was at catching passes. He only, like I know that's only, but like 34, 32, that's a solid amount of targets, but that's not like elite number of targets, right? But the other guy, like, he still caught the balls whenever they were throwing to him, right? Like, he didn't have any drops in those. But yeah, I think that that's kind of more what it was. He seems solid, and sometimes they just put people in roles, whether they're smart with the role or not. We got Gamblestein at the 102. We have Rick Cruiser at the 104. We have King of QC at the 105. Coolers at the 106. Hulk at the 108. I got the 109. And PP Punch. Welcome back. I know it's Peanut Punch, but we got to play the hits. PP Punch. This is a Who Crew massacre. I hope nobody here wanted any ADP values. You're all about to get crushed. Absolutely crushed. I've done a couple content things on this stuff. I think we all kind of agree for the most part on where the values are. Good luck. That's all I got to say. Good luck to everybody. Yeah, we got some names here. Coolers said he was going to be trying to take over some ADPs tonight, and he wanted to focus on the big board or the little board. I kind of think this year we're going to get like 4 little boards. I think that the Degens are going to be out. I think Bestball absolutely exploded this year. I think that the people who do play have gambling problems. Hands up, I do. Like it, I think we're responsible with it, but like that doesn't mean it couldn't be a problem, right? So this is a spot where I will take CMC. I think CMC at 9 makes sense. I prefer Jonathan Taylor, but I actually prefer Amon-Ra, I think. Yeah, I prefer Amon-Ra here to Taylor. Yeah, we're going with Amon-Ra. There's a bunch of running backs I like that could come back around. So Coolers takes Achane at the 106. Dak gets 104 Lamb. Gamblestein takes JSN at the 2. I take Amon-Ra at the 9. And King of QC takes Jamar Chase at the 5. Oh, it's 20. Is it 20 max? I didn't even look. There's 20 max? Oh, God. There's going to be like 70 of these. They're going to have trouble. They may just have trouble filling them. I don't know. I love 20 max contests, though. I absolutely love 20 max. Yeah, we'll take Amon-Ra Neighbors. Let's go. Let's go with Amon-Ra Neighbors. This looks fun. What do you guys think? Man, this is fun. It should be something, I don't know, let's throw a random number out there, like a 69 max, something like that. I think with 20 it might be up a while. No, I think it's a mistake. Because last year it was 50 max, and like the people who hit it really hard, and then it like very slowly filled after that, right? So I kind of think that it being a 20 max means it's going to be up for a long time. And I think that most people are going to be maxed on it pretty early. And then they're going to be hoping people enters. So 20 max. Let's do some math real quick. We're going to bring up an old calculator because it's easier than doing it in my head. We're going to go to the contest details. Why are you being stupid? It deleted my calculator. Why would it delete the calculator after I tab out of it? Why would it do that? What are you doing? Do you just not like good things? What is going on? All right, so we got 189,000 entrants, and you divide that by 20. That means 9,450 people have to enter that, have to max it. If you take that same number, obviously it's going to be, you can kind of figure it out, and you divide it by 50. That's not right. That is not right. It's 3,780. So instead of 9,000, you need like 4,000 people to max. Like, that's a big deal. Like, well, yeah, like that's the thing. Like, it shouldn't be, if they're going to do 20 max, like, I think they should have kept the little board as the little board. And, did a different contest. It's a 20 max with a smaller field. Because the little board's a good contest. It's a good contest. All right, so think we want Bucky Irving here. Yeah, we want Bucky here. We're going to take Bucky. There's a player I hope comes back. We'll see. But like, I'm glad that we have stuff out here, but I do think that could be an oversight. I haven't looked at the war room yet. Is it still 4 max? 4 max $25. It is $25. It is 4 max. That's not bad. Not bad at all. All right, so let's see if one of my favorite, like a pick that I don't know how long it'll stay up. Devontae Adams goes to 27 or 37 here. Yeah, I got him over here at 46 last time. I think he'll slowly move up now that they lost, and people will kind of hope that he doesn't get. Man, this is gonna be hard. Which one do I want? There's 2 players I love here. I love Ladd and I love Loveland. I think I'm gonna take Ladd though. Yeah, I think I like I thought initially I was gonna like the tight ends a lot less whenever I did my rankings, but then I seen what they have the rankings as, and it's like, okay, I like all the late ones. They just didn't put the guys I liked up the board. So I think that I will like the late tight ends a little more than I thought initially. I'm assuming that Gamblestein actually sang this and didn't say it. I think that he's in the mood to be singing right now. At least the Patriots won. Yeah, I kind of think Seattle might put it on the Patriots. No offense to the Patriots, but like Seattle is a different beast. Their defensive line is really good. And the Patriots have had like the murderer's row of defensive lines, right? Like they just haven't went against a bad defensive line. And Will Campbell has gotten absolutely destroyed every game. I don't see that changing. And I think the back end of the Seahawks is better than every other defense they've played other than the Texans. But they actually have a capable offense on top of it. I think that it could be kind of wild. Another change is that it's 2 of 12 instead of 3 of 12. Really? Oh, so it's 2 of 12, 1 of 10, 1 of 10, 315 final. That's a different final size as well, I believe. Oh, they put 100,000 to first. Last year, Little Board was 50K, right? Yeah, last year was 50K. So you get, and once again, so on this one, if you max it, what do you get? If you max it and you get to the finals, you get 4 times your entry fee. That's interesting. Was it 100K? I don't know. I didn't get there, so I didn't see. Yeah, I like the way this is looking. Tuna might be a fish, guys. Tuna, Puka Nacua, George Pickens, Josh Allen, Drake May, and Kyle Pitts. Like, I took Kyle Pitts last time, but I got him at 75. Like, so I don't have Herbert necessarily ranked here. But I think that I want to do it. This is going to be a more of a hero RB, like a hero RB team. I don't know how I'm going to feel about it. We're definitely taking late tight ends. That is definitely happening on this team. I'm hoping that Jordan Tyson makes it back. He might. I will have zero Steph or Alec Pierce, by the way, at this ADP. Like I'm just not going to entertain it at all. Did Christian Watson go already too? Christian Watson goes here. Like, I think King of QC is also a Patriots fan, but I think he's one of the better values on the board right now as well. Yeah, we'll take Jordan Tyson here. So, team right now through 6 rounds, we have Amon-Ra, Malik Neighbors, Bucky Irving, Ladd McConkey stacked up with Justin Herbert, and we've got Jordan Tyson. I probably don't want to take too much Herbert there. I just think that I got a full round value. Like, I don't know if Ladd stays at this turn very long. Like right now, we're getting a little bit of a discount on Ladd. I think because people are worried that McDaniel becomes offense coordinator or head coach for the Bills. And if that happens, I get burned, right? Like, that's fine. But if that doesn't happen, I think that the Chargers pieces are just going to go up even more. So where'd Hampton go here? Hampton goes at 13. Yeah. So Peanut Punch pulling up Hampton and Adams to kind of where I have them. Like, that's kind of where I have them ranked. So I totally get it. We need a running back with the next pick for sure. And if Jackson Dart falls back to like 86, I might take him. I might just not worry about it. Like I just don't think there's a world in which I want, like, if Jaden Daniels isn't going ahead of Jackson Dart, I don't know. Like, they both have the injury risk, and we've seen the ceiling on both of them. And Jaden Daniels is a much better passer. Good, just goof grabbed. God just goof grabbed. Who'd you goof grab? Isaiah Likely. Way to go, Gamblestein. Calling his shot right here. Isaiah Likely. What were you like? Tell me what were you trying to do? Were you looking for Lamar? Like, what? Oh, you already had Lamar. Who were you looking for? Like, I'm curious. I am on my heels here. Oh, you had him in queue. Okay. You think he's going to resign? I don't know if he resigns. So, like, I'm fine with either one of these guys. For sure. I'm fine with Chuba as well. So with what we have here, I have Jaylen Warren ranked a little ahead of Monangai. I do kind of wonder if on this team specifically, if I want Monangai though. I'm going to take Warren to see if Monangai comes back. This is kind of the range. I think Tony Pollard is an okay click too. And I think the gamble on Tootin is okay here. Like, believe it or not, like, Travis Etienne is a free agent. Not at the ADP I took, but a nice pick. No, he is a good pick at his regular ADP for sure. I really don't think they're going to bring Likely back to Baltimore. So Gamblestein takes Rashee Rice at 23. Jeremiah Love at 28 or 26. Lamar. That feels pretty good. Monungai does go. Like I do like Denzel Boston, but I already have a guy there. I think we're just going to go ahead and take the Tony Pollard here. It's kind of where he went last year. Like it's like a round after he went last year. They're reasonably likely to take a running back this year in the draft, but Tony Pollard is a pro, and I do think if they take a running back, Pollard still gets some play, and Tajay may be the one that gets pushed out. Boston is a great pick right there. I really like Boston. Hulk couldn't even let me stack Jackson Dartwood Neighbors. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Not even let me stack my precious Malik Neighbors. My precious Malik. My precious. I didn't get my precious with Jackson Dart. Don't let Stein gamble with my money. Yeah, we got it. I mean, naked Jackson Dart's perfectly fine. Like, I'm real. Like, to be honest with you, you doing that makes me happy that I took Justin Herbert where I did. Oh, you're predicting the Tate stack. Got it. Like, because the one thing that I was trying to talk myself out of was Herbert. Like, if I didn't take Herbert here and I try to push him around, which is what I think I should have done, and he didn't come back, I would have been very upset if I also missed out on Dart. So I am absolutely worried about it. It's been underreported, though. People aren't really talking about it. Like, it happened, I think, round 1 of the playoffs or something. It's like, shouldn't you already be in jail? shouldn't you, like, it was like the day week 18 ended or something. Like, it was like a really weird time that it came out. But the media has not even said a word about it. They're just kind of ignoring it, which is weird. Very weird. I was really hoping Laporta made it back there. She deleted it. I mean, it might get swept under the rug, but like, I will take a share or two of him, but I'm not going to be overweight him until we find out for sure what's going on there. So we could just take Britton Strange here. We could do the stack. We could take Jonah Coleman. I think we take Jonah Coleman here. Yeah, I think we take Jonah Coleman here. Coleman's a guy I like but don't love. I kind of do think his ADP might fall a little bit, but I think he's a good piece to this room. Peanut Punch going with Worthy there. Does he snipe Mahomes? Oh, no, he does not, because Mahomes all the way over here. Yeah, the Chiefs talk is going to be weird because Bieniemy's back. Matt Nagy is gone. That was the one negative I had about Kansas City last year. I was very in on Kansas City last year, but the one negative thing was definitely the fact that that stuff was going on, right? I really want Jared Goff here. Thank you. So we get Jared Goff. stacked up with Amon-Ra. We have Ladd stacked up with Justin Herbert. I don't mind this at all. Can't snipe Mahomes when I took him already. Thanks, guy. I have many voices for Gamblestein. They're all bad, but they are voices. And you're welcome, guy. So, yeah, I like this team. I wasn't sure how I would like it. Kind of pushing off running back. I think if you go 3 early receivers, you kind of need to push off the 5th for sure. I think going 5 early is a little much. I think that is like one of the biggest lessons from Bestball last year is that never take your 5th wide receiver before your first running back kind of thing. Like that is just, it's an insane thing to think about. Like if you get a massive follower, like whatever, do it. But like to make that the thing you do consistently in every draft, I think that's a very big mistake. Like if you want to push tight end off till the end, I think that's fine. But like making sure within the first 10 picks you could field a full roster minus tight end is something you should absolutely do. I think I'm going to strive to kind of do that by round 8, unless it's a quarterback, unless I'm going like late quarterbacks. Piss boys go home. That's right. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody's going to kind of lean more towards that anyway this year. So, Kendrick Sadiq, 124. That's a really good pick. Let's see what we have available here. We have Woody Marks is available, guys. You don't want Woody Marks? Come on, Woody Marks, guys. Woody Marks. Somebody take Woody Marks. Come on, guys. Woody Marks. He's available. Don't you want him? Who wants Woody Marks? So I was about to take Kittle there. I'll tell you who I'm not taking, and that's Jerry Jeudy. Yeah, I think this is a good Montgomery spot. He might end up getting cut, but if he does, he's going to land with a good team. Coolers. What do Coolers do? Oh, Juwan Jennings. I mean, if you would have got Jennings there, you don't get Kittle back because I was going to take Kittle. Not taking Pat? Wow. No, I didn't. I think Pat Bryant's going to fall in most drafts now. Like, the last 6 weeks, he just can't stay healthy. So I don't want to be the reason he has an ADP of 110. So like he's got the Ricky Pearsall vibes from last year right now. Can the man ever stay healthy? Is he ever going to stay healthy? If the man ever stays healthy, he's an awesome pick. But will he ever stay healthy? And like the guys that are available still, I have ranked right around him, but I think this is a good spot for him. Let's peek at tight end real quick. And we're taking Pat Bryant. We'll deal with tight end later. We're gonna do the 3. This might end up being a 4 tight end team. I think I can get away with 7 wide receivers here. Amon-Ra, Neighbors, McConkey, Jordan Tyson, right? Gainwell, I think Gainwell could be the Kansas City Chief guy. I think he could be that Jerick McKinnon type that Andy Reid talked about last year and the year before that they never got. That's how he plays. He's a really solid back. Like, Kansas City doesn't like to spend money on running back. They don't like to spend draft capital on running back. I kind of think we get Kenneth Gainwell, and then if we draft in like the third round, we draft like Jonah Coleman or something. I think that's a route that could happen, or a Jadarian Price. Like, you take a Jadarian Price in round 2, or early round 3 if he goes to round 3, right? I kind of think he'll be in round 3, if not 4, at the current moment. So, like, I think that those are options. Or like David Montgomery ends up there. I can see Kansas City just signing 2 veterans, like Rico Dowdle plus Gainwell, and everybody's gonna hate it. But like, that's better than what we ran out last year. Or David Montgomery and Travis, or they could just be the team that gets Travis Etienne. Like, I do have a reasonably hot take right now for what I think happens in Jacksonville, and I will mention it whenever the player goes in this draft. I think there's a very logical situation that could happen in Jacksonville. Like, remember, the ETN was a first-round pick, but Liam Cohen wasn't the guy who drafted him, right? So you do have to kind of wonder, is he going to like him, right? That is a real question. Are they going? Is he going to get like, you better take Theo Johnson? All I'm going to say is you better be taking you some Theo Johnson. All right, so we're going to go here with I think I should have went with Juwan. I have Juwan Johnson 1 spot ahead of AJ Barner, but with the ADPs, I think I'm fine doing that. Yeah, I don't think Juwan Johnson's ADP stays where it is for very long. All right, so I about took. So I want Cam Ward here. Actually, there is one other player. I want a player really bad right here. We'll see. We'll see if I get him. This is the player I want really bad. All right, we get Kamani Vidal, and we're done at running back. We got Bucky Irving, Jalen Warren, Tony Pollard, Jonah Coleman, David Montgomery, and Kamani Vidal. We have the stack with Justin Herbert. This past year, Hampton couldn't win the pass protection stuff. He also missed a bunch of time because he was hurt. So I do think that he will be in there in pass protection a lot next year. But Vidal is going to be the number 2, I think, in that team. He did very good last year in limited play. So I kind of like Kamani Vidal with Herbert a lot. So we got that. I kind of want a Cam Ward there, but I think the Vidal value is something that is like, if Hampton gets hurt again, I know he doesn't have a history of it or anything, but you know, the whole backup running back thing, like, and Mike McDaniels is their offensive coordinator, like, wheels up for Kamani Vidal. He's a guy I liked as a prospect. I had a whole bunch of them last year, you know, when it didn't matter. And then this year I had 0. Absolutely 0. Coolers is making the bet that Malik Willis is the number 1 quarterback. He's taken the Tyreek Hill gas. Like, all the players I've outlined that I love their ADPs are the players he's going with. I'm actually going to make ranks tomorrow before the stream. I will be back on tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central. I will be on for, I'll do at least 2 drafts. I might do a third. I don't know. But I'm definitely going to have some ranks set up to a degree. KC Concepcion goes at 157. He should. Quarterbacks. What do I want to do here? These tight ends, like Colby Parkinson, I think is fine here. I mean, this is a team I could take a shot at Travis Kelce as well. What do we want? Like, this room is pushing running back a lot. Like, a lot of the running backs I don't mind are still here. So Rachaad White. I think Rachaad White might just land with Liam Cohen again. I'm done at running back, so we could talk about it. But I think Rachaad White just ends up back there. Took Sharps over Vidal, but it was close. Sharps might not even be able to play next year. Yeah, no, this room is absolutely pushing running back. It's crazy. We'll take Colby Parkinson here. I get Scadaboo, but the thing is Scadaboo's already jogging, by the way. Like, I know jogging isn't like football shape, but the man's foot was sideways. He's already able to move around like that. That to me is pretty bullish for him to be able to play. Justin Herbert, Jared Goff. I'm going to take a shot at Travis Kelce on this team. We're just going to say that they bring it back. Scadaboo wasn't an ACL. It was a knee. Or it was an ankle. He broke his ankle. Broke and dislocated his ankle, I believe. So like the fact that he's already running again, which is the same thing that Judkins' injury was. It was not an ACL. It was definitely a broken ankle. Yeah, Sharps was ACL. Yeah. Okay. What's up, Coolers? Tuna cooking up 3-1, 10-1. So I pushed running back. Got it. He just out here playing the hits for Tuna. I think this is gonna be my last one tonight. I just wanted to do one tonight, and I decided I'd do my first little and big board on stream tonight. I like my first draft a lot more. It's wild. The draft I did without the Who crew went fantastic. Like, only Lutz was here, and Lutz didn't even try to get into it. Lutz happened into it because that's what Lutz does. Lutz just randomly shows up in all of my drafts. It's pretty wild. Like, I don't hate this team, but Herbert plus Goff, I mean, I might be done at quarterback. I don't love, like, these options are bad, right? I'll take a guy in the last round. Jeremy Bernard is still here. That's interesting. This is the player I want to come back, but everybody's still on the board. I'm sure he won't. Then Trey Harris is actually a player that makes sense for this team a lot. Bernard is not still here. Yeah, like, he's a guy I do need to do a little more research on, but I do know I like KC Concepcion. I do know that. Zachariah Branch having a guaranteed picked ADP feels weird to me. He's a guy I'm not positive. Like, maybe I'm wrong. By the things that I've personally seen, I'm not sure that he ends up going to like getting picked in like the first 4 rounds. Yeah, I think we just take the Trey Harris stack here with Justin Herbert. I think it makes sense. We're late enough that the ADPs don't really matter a whole lot. We're just kind of taking names at this point. No idea where he ends up going, but yeah, I think we take another wide receiver here. Who do we take though? We'll just take we'll take Ryan Flournoy again. I think Flournoy is a fantastic pick right now. And we'll be done. We got the 1 rookie there. We got the 2 year 2 breakouts. We have the absolute studs up top. We have Flournoy as a glue piece. Yeah, like Zachariah Branch is a guy that like I like him. Like I don't know what I got distracted on is I don't know if he's going to have the draft capital. Like last year, I think like he's going to be a guy I like, kind of like I liked Pat Bryant last year. I just didn't think Pat Bryant was going to get, and Pat Bryant didn't end up being a good pick in fantasy anyway, right? Like he's a great player, but he wasn't a good pick for best ball. Like he had a bunch of snaps. Like everything I said was basically correct. He just didn't end up getting the points. And whenever he started breaking out, he just continued to get hurt. Like it was coming if he stayed healthy. I thought it was coming earlier, but like the ADP you were getting him at was right. Branch is a guy that if he gets good draft capital next year, I will take a bunch of him in the 180s after the draft. And I will mix him in at like a 4% rate probably before the draft. I don't think he should be 100% drafted. Like if he was undrafted, he's a guy I may get to like 6 to 8%. But if he's 100% drafted, I don't think he's going to get the, like you don't get the low owned possibility there. And maybe I'm wrong. Let me look real quick at the rookie sheet. So the rookie sheet, the wide receiver, and this is just what they have. Zachariah Branch, wide receiver 14, is what PFF has. So, like, I don't think that's wide receiver, like, 3rd round stuff for me. Is this a Shadur team? Hey guys, is this a Shadur Sanders team? Is it a Shadur Sanders team, guys? What do you think? Do you think it's a Shadur team? Shadur. Chris Rodriguez being undrafted is interesting to me. Brian Robinson undrafted. I might just go with 2 quarterbacks on this team. I did spend capital on the one. I just don't know. We're going to take Brian yeah, we're going to take another. Like, Brian Robinson's also a guy who can land at Kansas City. We're definitely playing committee at running back. We're going 7 running backs here. I don't like these. I don't want a second team with Kirk Cousins, right? I don't want to make the bet on Aaron Rodgers. I will probably have 0 Geno Smith. I think this is a team that I just say that I lost on the quarterback battle, and we take Michael Trigg. I'll go over everybody's team here in a minute whenever it is over. Who? Do one more. Tyquan Thornton's a guy as a free agent. I think is a pretty good pick. I don't want to be overweight. Like I wouldn't want to be overweight, but I think mixing him in at random makes sense. Like if he's a dart throw guy you want, the problem with him right now is let's say he does land with the Bills. Like how high are you going to take him? Like if he gets the perfect landing spot, where does his ADP go? It goes to 210, like so. But I do think he ends on a team that will at least use him in limited fashion for deep balls. So like he's always going to have the 15-point spike week potential like any week, right? So we got a 2-7-7-4, a rare build from me. We got Justin Herbert, Jared Goff, Bucky Irving, Jalen Warren, Tony Pollard, Jonah Coleman, David Montgomery, Kamani Vidal, Brian Robinson. Wide receivers, Amon-Ra, Malik Neighbors, Ladd McConkey, Jordan Tyson. And then we kind of cooled it. We said those guys are going to be enough. We took Pat Bryant, 14 picks after ADP. Trey Harris stacked up as a year 2 breakout guy with Herbert and Ryan Flournoy, who, if George Pickens doesn't re-sign there, he's going to jump way, way up the board. And then we got tight ends, A.J. Barner, Coley Parkinson, retired Travis Kelce, and Michael Trigg. Overpaid in free agency, and I draft too much. We got to 22 likes. You know what? We got to 22 likes. You know what I'm going to do? I lied. I'm going to do another little board. Who wants to do another little board? If you want to do another little board, if we get 4 people, and we need 7 people. We got 21 watching, 7 people type in who, ! If we get 7 people to type who in the chat, I'll do another little board. That's all it takes. Just a little bit of chat, guys. That's it. If not, I did say that I was going to go over people's teams, and I lied. So we're going to go back to the draft. And we're going to do the thing I promised. Who? Hulk Smash fails. Bestball Q fails. GD Well fails. You need the exclamation point. Woo! No, I got you. I'll do another one. I'll go over all the teams, including the one that has Isaiah Likely at 71. We got Lamar 3683 from Gamblestein, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Sam Darnold, Jeremiah Love, Travion Henderson, JCM. He's an interesting pick. I do like him at that pick. That's where he should have been picked last year, not in the 80s. Charbonnet with the torn ACL, Tyrone Tracy, Emmanuel Wilson, JSN, Rasheed Rice, Michael Wilson at 74. I like it. I like him there. Kayshawn Boutte, Rashad Bateman, Jeremy Bernard, Trey Tucker, Devon Valet. Tight ends, Isaiah Likely, Mark Andrews, the Goon Squad. You got the Goon Squad and Elijah Arroyo. When this wins Little Board, you guys were here. You were here. This is what done it. This is what won Little Board. All you needed is to shake up ADP by taking Isaiah Likely at 71. All right, we got Rick Cruiser. He's got a 3683 as well. Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Kirk Cousins. I think Kirk is a fun pick at the end of drafts. I just didn't want my first 2 drafts to both have Kirk Cousins. RB, Jahmyr Gibbs, Javonte Williams, Jadarian Price, Braylon Allen, Caleb Johnson, Jonathan Brooks. I haven't taken the Brooks plunge yet. I'm absolutely going to. No, I like the team. It's easy to like. So I will say this: it's going to be very easy to like every single team right now, no matter what you do, as long as they don't do things that that Tuna was doing. Like as long as you don't draft like Tuna with, like, does this get thrown out? I mean, like, as long as you're not drafting like this, he could field a team some weeks. Like, what? I don't know if you're new to Bestball, if you're listening, Tuna, but you need starting 2 running backs means you need more than 2 running backs. Bye weeks do happen. So sorry, I got sidetracked on this team. Sorry, Rick. So Jonathan Brooks, wide receivers, Nico Collins, Chris Olave, DJ Moore, Jaden Higgins, Brandon Ayuk, 141 feels fine. Jalen McMillan, Adonai Mitchell, Junior AUK, still doing 0 RB. Respect. That's a great comment. Tight end, Colston Loveland at 45. I was fully going to take Loveland, but Ladd made it all the way back. Kendrick Sadiq, David Njoku. Njoku's a very fun late pick too. I like that. All right. Now we're going to King of QC. Bryce Young, Cam Ward, Tua. Tua's a guy if I had a Dolphin, I might have taken him. I don't think he ends with the Dolphins though. Harvey, Chuba, Katron, Emmett Johnson, Jordan Mason, Rashad White, Trey Benson. An absolute value on Rashad White. It's like, I would not have went as heavy on RBs in those mid rounds if I knew that the one guy in the draft was only going to take 2, and those 2, and one of those 2 is Isaiah Pacheco. Wide receivers: Jamar Chase, McMillan, Christian Watson, Mekhi Lemon, Mike Evans at 77 kind of feels like value. Jaden Reed, Darius Slayton, Brock Bowers, Sam Laporta, and Gunnar Helm. I like this team a lot. You did get sniped really bad at quarterback, but it looks good. Coolers here: Joe Burrow, Malik Willis, Ty Simpson, Achane, Etienne, Corum, Gainwell, Tucker. Tucker 174 feels really good, and Bigsby at 187 feels good. Wide receiver: Drake London, T. Higgins, Luther Burden, Ricky Pearsall, Juwan Jennings, Tyreek Hill at 150, Kyle Williams, Chris Brazell, Tucker Kraft, Gadsden, and Gesicki. Brissell's another guy I think you want to have 5 to 7% of if he stays undrafted, but not like an absolute butt ton of it. Then we got Hulk, Jackson Dart. You just can't let me have nice things. Jackson Dart, Brock Purdy, JJ McCarthy. You also don't allow yourself to have nice things because you took JJ McCarthy. Running backs: Christian McCaffrey, Kenneth Walker, Cam Scattaboo, Rico, Damon Claiborne, Nicholas Singleton. Oh yeah, I like Brazil better than Thornton for sure. Wide receiver: Jefferson, Tate, Terry McLaurin, Denzel Boston, Hunter 137. I think that Hunter's ADP falls continually. I'm going to hold off on him for a week or two. Rashid Shaheed, Jack Besh, Jalen Noel, Kittle, Johnson, Otten. Feels good. One more to go over. Peanut, Punch, Jacoby Brissett. Wow. You got the who's who at quarterback. Like, hey, Peanut, I got a question. Hey, Peanut. You do realize this isn't Superflex, right? You know this isn't Superflex? Jacoby Brissett, Michael Penix, Anthony Richardson, Justin Fields. Running backs: Omarion Hampton. Like, that is a Superflex ass quarterback group for sure. Hampton, Breece Hall, Judkins, Tyler Algier, James Conner, Keaton Mitchell. Adams, Roma Dunze, Pittman, Addison, Xavier Worthy, Shakir, Concepcion, Darnell Mooney, McBride, and Hunter Henry. He took one less tight end, so I could take one more. That is all of those. We are now doing another little board. We got the who's in the chat. I am looking at it right now. We're going to join little board 2. We're going to do it in 10 seconds. I'm having a good time tonight. I've missed these drafts. These, to me, I'm much more at home. I feel a lot better at it. Boo, underdog. Waiting on 6. I feel a lot better at it. If you guys want to get massacred again, so earlier I was saying all of these teams are going to look good. The reason I said that, I don't think I got to that point. We haven't got any bad news yet. We are absolutely going to get bad news here pretty soon. And when we get bad news, a bunch of these teams are going to look way worse or still look okay. Like, at this point, every player you draft has 0 bad news, right? So you're going to like every team so much that you're doing right now. You're just going to love all these teams because we haven't got any bad news yet. Like, not a single bit of bad news. That can start tomorrow. Like, if Mike McDaniels just takes the Buffalo job, you're going to instantly not like some teams more than you did, or like some teams more, right? So with 0 bad news, well, Rice, what's up? Deal me in. How we doing? 2 drafts at once. Gamblestein over here acting like Travis Kelce. We got Hulk Smash at the 101. I got the 105. We got Dak at the Rick Cruiser, by the way, at the 108. Losimo John at the 109. Gamble at the 10. Coolers at the 11. Do I get my Jahmyr Gibbs? Do I get Jahmyr Gibbs or not? He's the guy I want here. And like, whatever ADP people want for Jamar Chase and JSN, I'm fine with. Like, JSN, I have 0 doubt. Like, just take him, right? Like, you just take him. He is insane down the field. He's about to win a Super Bowl, maybe. I personally think that the game may get pretty lopsided. I don't know about you guys. Yeah, like, JSN, like, they said it, and I hadn't really put it together. But, like, I'm pretty sure JSN was wide receiver 1 every game this year, like in yards. Because he said he started at wide receiver 1 and stayed there, and like he had like 150 yards week 1, right? And then he had like 100 week 2. I'm pretty sure that he actually just stayed at wide receiver 1 the entire season, including when he had his bye week, which they had a week 8 bye. So he was far enough ahead of all the receivers that went later that, like, the week 8 bye, he didn't even lose. I'm fairly positive that that's true. I would have to actually do research, but, like, I mean, let's just look up his game logs this year. It's insane. So I've got it up on Player Profiler right now. Game logs, yards, Starting week 124, 130, 103, 96, 79, 132, 162, 123, 129, 93, 105, 167. That was his first 12 games. Yeah, and he did that with the number one defense. There were so many games that they only ran the ball in the second half. He had 100 yards at halftime many games that he just didn't continue to play. Like, it is absolutely insane. Like, absolutely insane in my opinion. What happened? We'll take Derrick Henry here. I do have Derrick Henry over Jeremiah Love. I think it's a reasonable. That's about exactly where I have Henry. I do have Nico ahead of Henry, but I'm going to end up with a whole bunch of Nico, like a whole bunch, it feels like. So I need to take some of the other guys for sure. Thoughts on JSN and Darnold? I mean, that is something to look for. Like, if Kubiak goes somewhere for a head coaching job, like, I'm gonna believe that they have a connection that's crazy. Like, JSN down the field, like, well, number one, Sam Darnold throwing it down the field is really, really good at accuracy. I know Drake May was the best. I haven't looked, but I'm going to assume that Darnold is top 5 for sure. All right, so do we take T here? Do we take AJ Brown? I'm pretty sure T was like well up there in my. Yeah, it's definitely T. We're definitely taking T here. But I kind of think that like the routes that JSN can work on everything. The one thing that's not going to change is the deep ball connection that Darnold and JSN has. Like, the offense is like, he was wide receiver 1. Like, he was the best wide receiver this year because of the entire offense. But for him to become a non-spike week player, they would have to hire like Arthur Smith, who is now ruining Jeremiah Smith's draft profile. So I think that their connection is so good that it's not going to matter. Like, to that extent. Could it get worse? Yes. Will he be a bad best ball pick? I don't think that will happen, even if Kubiak leaves. And like, to be honest, like, their offense has been awesome, but how frustrated have people been with the running back situation? Like, they run the ball at like every opportunity they can, right? Like, JSN had I'll look it up a different day, but like, I might look it up tomorrow before the stream. I'm pretty sure that the Seahawks were one of the bottom in the league at actual pass attempts for the season. I'm going to bring it up in another window right now. Hopefully it remembers some things for me. So go into the Fantasy Points data suite right now. Fantasy. So advanced passing. All right, we will continue that whenever we get there. So this is kind of where I think Hampton should go. He's been going at this back end in a lot of my drafts. Well, it's not only that he's so good, it's that the quarterback and him have an insane connection, right? Like, to me, that matters a lot. Do we want to do this? I think we want to do this. Yeah, we want to take Lamar Jackson. I'm pretty in on Lamar Jackson at 44. We'll do the like Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson thing. I think Drake May's ADP is going to become round 5 pretty quick. Like I obviously want Scatterboo here. I honestly didn't notice that he was on the board. In a vacuum, do I want Scatterboo or Lamar? I think it's pretty close. Yeah, and like there are some guys that just have such a good connection that like it doesn't matter as much. We've done 3 drafts. We have 0 Scatterboo. What are we doing, guys? What are we doing? What about the brand? What about the brand, guys? Like Swift, if I don't get DeAndre Swift, I'm pushing running back. Okay, so I have a pretty clear drop off at running back there. I actually think that I want Scatterboo there over Lamar. I did the team sack thing, take all the points, get yourself through the playoffs by like get the Derrick Henry big game to get you the Lamar in the finals kind of thing. Call me a Fanspeak Network. That I'm gonna end up like I haven't taken them yet, but I've also been on stream where I think most of the people like, to be honest, like I was also very in on them like all of last year. So completions last year for the year, Sam Darnold was actually 12th in completions last year. I didn't think that they would have been that high. How about pass attempts? They were 15. So they were league average. I would not have expected that. Yeah, I did not expect them to be at league average, honestly. I have all summer to draft more Scatterboo. I do think this team looks better with him. That's just an indictment on the rest of the league. What's an indictment on the rest of the league? I guess I'm not following. Are you talking about how Seattle was 15th in passing? And they have wide receiver 1. Like, think if they were a top passing offense, like where he would have been. Like, what he did was absolutely ludicrous. Like, absolutely ludicrous. So, we're going to take a wide receiver here. The one I really wanted went. I think Sutton is okay. We're gonna take Steph Diggs. Actually, looking at what I have, I'm looking at my ranks and kind of trying to figure some stuff out right now. So the guy here, he has Drake May, Josh Allen already. I don't think he's going, like, I didn't do that to snipe him, but I don't think that he's going to take Joe Burrow, right? If somebody wants to take unstacked Burrow, they can. And if I have Lamar Jackson and Burrow with Derrick Henry and T. Higgins, like, I know this year was kind of an exception, but like Bengals defense isn't going to be better. I assume with Harbaugh gone that the entire Ravens, like the defensive stuff on the Ravens side, like I guess Jesse Minter will probably do a pretty good job, right, with the defense. But that game could be like those games will probably be very high scoring. Not this year, but in the past they have been. So yeah, we will absolutely do that. And then this is a team where if I may just stop at 2 quarterbacks. I know everybody's going to be all about 3 quarterbacks this year. I think it makes sense. I think until we get clear landing spots, unless I get a value, I'm going to take a lot of 2 quarterbacks. I think that if I take 2 high draft capital quarterbacks, I don't necessarily want a third one. Like, unless I get like a, like I don't want like a Jared Goff on this team, right? Like a Cam Ward, fine. Tyler Shuck, fine. Like a Malik Willis would be fantastic. But we're through 7 rounds, and we have Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Derrick Henry, DeAndre Swift, JSN, T. Higgins, and Steph Diggs. I don't know about this team. Like the double early quarterback feels thin, but there are so many values right now. And like I said, we don't have any negative news yet. So without the negative news, it's pretty easy to love every draft. So that's where I'm at. I think that the earlier quarterbacks aren't that big of a deal. I think quarterbacks are going to get pushed up as this offseason goes. I think more and more people. I think we're going to end this offseason with like Cam Ward being 120s. It's a fun construction. Like you got the elite running back. You have another guy. We're probably like this is probably going to be a 7 running back team. We have the elite receiver and a second guy who is a very good spike week guy. Like I don't dislike this. There is definitely a player I absolutely want to come back to me. I haven't got him yet. I've been talking about how I think they're the most mispriced player on the board. I haven't got him yet. We'll see if I get him on this one. I want to try to get a share or 2 of him at ADP. This might be the one. Do we do it? Does it happen? Do we get the guy? We get the guy. We get Tucker Kraft. Tucker Kraft to me is like the most mispriced guy on the board. I personally like him at tight end 3. Like, assuming he's going to be ready week 1. I think you could argue that he is better than Loveland. Like, if you look at what he was doing at the beginning of the season last year and how explosive he was after the catch, and how much they actually passed the ball with him, right? Like, they kind of turned into more of a bad offensive team after he got hurt. And it took them a while to really figure it out after that, right? So I think that Tucker Kraft could be one of the most mispriced players on the board. That's just my own personal take. So Jadarian Price is falling here. Jonah Coleman, Katron Allen. Like, I do like some Katron Allen. But I think this is a team where, like, we might want just the guy to get points. Johnston. Surratt. Yeah, I actually have Shakir ranked higher this year than I have in the past. But I guess I have him ranked the same. The market just has him ranked 15 picks later. So we get Shakir, and like at this point, we're probably going to start taking swings, right? Like, we have a really good base. We have Diggs and Shakir. We have a Tucker Craft. We have we have possibly two elite quarterbacks. We're thin at running back, but we do have the king. And we're gonna take some shots at running back now. Probably a couple rookie wide receivers, probably like two of the late ones, and then take some shots at running back. This is a team like I'm gonna hope I can get Emmett Johnson. Like, there's a player I think is gonna absolutely shoot up the boards. I haven't got yet, and I really want some of them. Like, I have him rated way above his ADP. I haven't been paying attention to where he goes. Tomorrow, I'm definitely going to look over where players are going. And, like, because there are some players that I ranked quite a bit lower because of where Underdog's initial ADP was to try to get some today. Yeah, I'm not thrilled on the Diggs pick. To be honest with you, I think he's an advance rate guy, right? Like, him and Shakir are kind of floor guys to me. Like, they're going to give you several 9 to 14 point weeks and not really spike that much. But they're the guys I want. Like, I'm going to use them to get to the playoffs is kind of my view on that. And I do think that New England is a team that could reasonably bring in some wide receiver help too, through the draft or however. All right, so we could take Katron Allen here. I do really like Katron Allen. Yeah, we're taking him here. And we are, what's here tight end? I don't have any Kendrick Sadiq yet. I don't know how much of him I'm going to get. So the player I was talking about earlier is still on the board. His ADP is still quite a bit away. Has to be free agent. Draft class stinks. I don't think the draft class is as bad as some people is making it out to be. We're going to pull up Tyler Algier, I think. I think this team kind of needs an Algier. I assume he's going to go somewhere and have a very big role. Not necessarily a stud guy, but I think that, like, he's not going to be like an absolute, like, had to have him guy. But at this ADP, I feel like he could easily pay it off. It is that in Diggs. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and, like, even if they draft somebody, like, they're not going to replace the Diggs role. And if they are being drafted to replace the Diggs role, like, they're not going to do it that season. It'd be a 2-year thing. Like, Kyle Williams didn't profile as a Diggs type, right? So it made sense there. Like, if they took the guy we were talking about last, Zachariah Branch, something like that. Like, I'm not worried about Zachariah Branch holding off. Like, I believe Stephon Diggs was one of the top separators once again. Like, in separation score stuff. I haven't looked it up yet, but I was listening to some pods yesterday, and they were talking about how he still led. I think they said he led the league in separation score. I believe that was a PFF stat. It was a PFF betting show. He led the league in separation score, or in separation yardage or whatever. That is nuts. Like, and if by that they meant like top 5, top 10, that's still nuts because the guy's 30, 31, 32, something like that. KC Concepcion at 136. What are you doing, guy? Come on, you watched me get him at 190 earlier. Do the same thing. I believe in you. You can do the same thing. Kendrick Sadiq at this point actually would have been nice. We want. Do we want the Pat Bryant? Do we want the Jacoby Lane? I think we just want the Pat Bryant here. Like, we're just gonna close our eyes and act like nothing bad ever happened. Nothing bad ever happened. La la la. Nothing bad ever happened. Like his ADP is already starting to fall. Which I kind of think he should go about 140. Yeah, price of the brick has gone up. Yeah, like I get it. Like he's a value. But man, there are. What do I want to do here? I kind of just want to take Vidal again. Do I have? We'll actually. We'll take Claiborne. No, I guess we took Vidal. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. So running back, we have Swift, Henry, Swift, Allen, Algier, Vidal. Probably add one more rookie to that. It doesn't have to be anybody early. Maybe we just take a Braylon Allen, right? We definitely need to get some more picks here at wide receiver. Like I do think I like the way this team is shaping out though. We got. So where has Bo Nix been going? 97. No worries about him missing time? Curious. Yeah, there we go. There was a yawn. All right, so these wide receivers. Where's Deebo Samuel going? Because I think Deebo is a guy that I want to get a bit of. He went 123. Okay, that's what Hurts is for. Got it. All right, so I assume Tyreek went. Yeah. Assume all those guys went. Concepcion definitely went. Shaheed, I think, went. I mean, Adonai Mitchell was one of my top guys. He just went. What's the tight ends look like? Yeah, well, we're going to take shots at wide receiver, I think. So we're done at running back. Was going to pair him with Pat, but, someone took him. I took him 20 picks after ADP, man. His listed ADP is 122. That is your fault. Like, that's literally your fault for not taking him there at the ADP. If you wanted to stack him, you had the chance. Yeah, I told you he's going to fall. I didn't tell you that I don't like him anymore. There's a difference. I still like the guy. I'm I'm gonna have to probably stop taking him. The reason I went to that, I don't have my like. I'm just looking at these tiers, and like while I'm trying to stream, it's a lot harder to really pay attention to like what's going on fully. So, oh, Darnold almost made it back. Um, let's just take Malik Willis. We're good. Um, but like whenever I show up tomorrow to the stream, I'm going to have already input. Like I'm going to have looked at some of these drafts, and I'm going to have readjusted my ranks so I don't have to look at this spreadsheet and then like try to figure out who I'm going to take, and also pay attention to chat and like what my team's going on. Like it would have been a lot smarter to do this off stream, but you know what? I wanted to do it on stream, so we're here, and you know what? We're not regretting it. I'm having a good time. Man, there are so many good names at wide receiver late. Like the late wide receivers to me are so much better than the other positions. So Juwan Johnson did go. Njoku, I think, is a fantastic pick. I'm in on him. Gunnar Helm is a guy I really like. I haven't taken him yet. It's Gunnar with an A. Taylor, Kelsey, like these are all guys. I need 2 more tight ends. Yeah, exactly. Like it was a hey, I know I like this guy and he's for down the board. If I had already had my ranking set up, it would have my ranks there, and I could just draft off of ADP, and my ranks would be showing, and I could be like, okay, well, I could do this, right? So that's why I ended up taking Pat Bryant. It wasn't like a panic pick, but it was a comfort pick, is what it was. It shouldn't be a comfort pick because the man can't stay healthy. 2 weeks in a row was gonna absolutely smash the slate. 2 weeks in a row. How dare him? How dare him get my hopes up? I haven't been paying attention to where Jordan Addison went either. He's one I do want to look at as well. We're gonna take Kelsey again. We're just gonna play the we don't have a week 1 tight end card. That's what we're doing. We don't need a tight end for the first 6 weeks. I don't know how you guys are playing this, but I don't need tight end for the first 6 weeks. We'll just take a retired guy and a hurt guy. What's wrong with that? Yeah, he really is, man. Like he really was starting to come on. Like I'm rooting for it so much because I was such a bull, and it feels like it should be happening, right? Like it definitely feels like we should be there. Definitely feels like we should be there. And it's just not going to come to fruition. Like I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to Jack Bash either. He's a play I'm going to have a little bit of an issue with. So we're going to take Torrey Horton here. Where's the guy with Sam Darnold? He takes Isaac Tesla instead of Torrey Horton. Hey, maybe he thinks they're different tiers of players. I probably wouldn't have done that. And sorry, Gamble. I think we get in the next couple weeks an answer on Kelsey. I think we got a semi-answer whenever he was asked about Eric Bieniemy, and he said that he said it'll be nice to see him in the building. Which, number one, Kelsey is technically a free agent, but that means that he expects to be in the building somewhat, probably. Maybe he just retires and he goes in and chills. Like, we've seen a lot of players do that. Like Jason Kelsey did that with the Eagles, right? Like, he went in there and helped everybody out, all that kind of stuff. But like, he was tight end, I think 7 on the year, and points per game. Let me look it up real quick. He was tight end 9 in fantasy points per game. You're getting him at pick 180. He had a solid season. So, like, I think it's a fine thing to be a little overweight. It's like the Keenan Allen thing from last year. I think this is like a little more likely to retire, but like, it's still the same pick. And it's at a position that scores less points. The 0 would, like, if you do end up taking the 0, yes, it matters, but it matters a little less than it would have at wide receiver as well. All right, so yeah, we're gonna definitely. How far down the list is Gunnar Helm? Jesus, he ain't gonna be down there tomorrow. I've seen him drafted in every draft. Yeah, so there's the players I need to target. Like, I do think that kind of pairing, and I might take Malik Washington on this team, because I think there's a reasonable chance that the GM for the Dolphins just brings in Malik Willis and then tries to trade away that guy. So we only have 2 rookies on this team right now. I think that's fine. I don't think, like, yes, rookies are awesome, but I don't think that there's a requirement to have them. Like, Jalen Royals is a player I hated last year. I think with Bieniemy being there, and year 2 in the Andy Reid system, like, he's a guy that can spike. So I think that that's fine. Like, I think that he's fine to take this year. I don't know if I get to him very often, but I do think that he's a pick that's pretty fine to make. I mean, yeah, Brashard Smith is interesting. It kind of feels like Andy Reid sort of gave up on him. Like, so they would not allow him to even attempt to pass block. Like, if he was on the field, the other team knew 100% he was running around. Like, I don't even know if I ever seen him chip. So, like, the thing about, like, the Jerick McKinnon rule is you need to be able to block some. Like, you don't have to be good at it, but you have to at least be able to put your body in front of other people. Like, he couldn't even do that. So I do worry about it. Like, I really do worry about it. He was also a 7th round pick. We have all of our draft picks this year, I believe. I don't think we take a Jeremiah Love. I don't think that's the style, but I think that they bring in a couple people. And I think that, like, there's a player I haven't really seen drafted. You know what? I may just take this player. and stop at 7 wide receivers. I think these 7 wide receivers are fine enough. A little bit of spike week opportunity down here. Like, I do like Ron Flournoy, but Nicholton Singleton did go. So CJ Daniels is a guy who I think is on the board-ish to be able to be drafted. This contest is probably going to end pretty quick. One of my favorite players, Bryce Lance, I think could get taken a little bit. This is a guy I would definitely not recommend to have much of, but I do like his profile quite a bit from the limited I've watched. He's a guy that, like, it's like a 2% guy. You take him here and there. This is the kind of room I want whenever I take a guy like that. So we have Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Malik Willis. Running backs, Derrick Henry, Swift, Allen, Algier, Vidal, Damon Claiborne. Wide receivers, Jackson Smith-Njigba, T. Higgins, Stephon Diggs, Khalil Shakir, Pat Bryant, Torrey Horton, Malik Washington, Bryce Lance. And then at tight end, we have Tucker Kraft and Travis Kelce, and then Gunnar Helm to get us to week 16, the week that Tucker Kraft is available. I don't think it's that bad, but, like, it could happen. Max Clary, so I'm not going to go over everybody's team again. Like, the new rule of my streams is I go over the very first team that you draft with me. And after the first team, if you really want your team reviewed, you can ask. If it's the first one you've done with me for the stream, I will review it. So we are going to do Losamos. And if you ask every single time, I'm just going to, like if you have something that you really think was neat or interesting, or you had a question, like, yeah, I'll answer. But, like, full reviews, I'll just do the first one. So Losamo, maybe you were in the last one, but I can't remember. Maybe there were a bunch of people in the last one. Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones, Ty Simpson. Running backs, Breece Hall, Jonah Coleman, Emmett Johnson, Nicholas Singleton at pick 153. That's why I missed it, because it was so high. J.K. Dobbins, Adam Randall. He's a very, very interesting profile. Very interesting. I don't know if I get there, but I like the name. Wide receiver, Amon-Ra, A.J. Brown, Luther Burden, Mike Evans, Jalen Waddle, BTJ, Jordan Addison, Concepcion, Bowers, and Njoku. I like this a lot. So the rookie sheet here, we're going to go to the rookie sheet. We're going to go all the way to the bottom of the Adam Randall. So, like, last year, he had a pretty solid season. The year before, his numbers were insane, but he only had 4 attempts. So, like, yeah, his numbers look insane if you were to remove the fact that he had 4 attempts. But, like, he kind of validated it somewhat, because last year he had 800 yards, 10 touchdowns, a 3.13 yards after contact. He had 32 missed tackles forced, which is a little on the low side, but it's fine. He was at Clemson, so, like, there's a reason he didn't play a whole lot that year. I haven't looked to see if he was hurt. I assume it was just a talent thing. Like, they had other players in front of him. And then your boy Max Clary, like, he's an interest. Like, he's fine. I like Michael Trigg a lot more. Like, the numbers like him a lot more. The numbers like Stowers a lot more too. Like, this whole 17 missed tackles forced thing is very interesting. And the average depth of target being 11.3 for a tight end, and they had 17 missed tackles forced. That is wild. Clary, 6.9 is a fine number. And then 66.7 contested catch rate would be super cool if he had more than 4 total contested catches. So like he was 4 out of 5 or 4 out of 6, right? That year. So he still had 43 receptions, 448 yards. So like he is coming from Ohio State. They have good talent, all of that stuff. I'm probably going to be a little more into Michael Trigg and Eli Stowers. I will definitely take a few shares of Max Clary, though. I think he's fine. I think it was this guy. There was one guy here who was like obviously, I think it was it this guy? Like obviously a blocking tight end, kind of like that. Yeah, I think it was. I haven't looked into it for sure, but I think Injuries is probably a blocking tight end. Is he even listed here? Yeah, I don't see him listed. He's way down the tight end list. But anyway, he got thrown in there. That is it for tonight. Thank you all for coming in. I will be back on my normal time tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central. I will hopefully be more attentive to my draft by actually having a loose set of rankings in. But I'll see everybody later. Have a great night. Peace.